Hey everybody, it's a rainy ride today. I don't know how well you can see, but it's raining pretty good. Now the camera keeps on shutting off, so I'm not sure how long this video is. I went for about 5 miles and I'm headed home. Had a mower up in front of me and he's mowing both sides of the trail. I'm pretty sure I would have not got past him for quite a ways. Because he wouldn't have, I don't think he would see me back here. I have my light on, he might have seen me. Obviously there's nobody out here today. My front brake needs adjusting. It is wet though, but that is normally caused from the pad not hitting the rotor flap. And it vibrates. But sometimes there ain't nothing you can do about it. It might be flat and it's just the rain on it causing it to vibrate. I'm a little over 3 miles from home. I'll see if I can keep you on the whole way. Sometimes the camera overheats, but it's only 60 some degrees out here, so cruising along in PAS2 at about 12 miles an hour, 6th gear. I normally would probably be in 5th. Windy out a little bit. It was lightning and thundering earlier. That's why I wasn't out earlier. That was a tree that was down for about a week. It's not too bad out here on the gravel. My feet are pretty dry. I think my toes might be a little wet, but it's not from splash. It's from it actually raining hard enough to get you wet. My pants are completely soaked. My upper body's pretty dry, and that's the important part. Keeping your upper body dry. Your pants. This is not weather I'd be wearing rain pants anyway, because they're noisy, uncomfortable, make you sweat more. I just have regular tennis shoes on. It has to be pretty stinking cold for me not to wear just regular shoes. So that's the trailer for the truck that's got the mower out. I normally go through here fairly fast, but my glasses are wet. It makes it kind of hard to see. I don't really want to take them off though. The camera's telling me my lens is dirty. It's wet. I don't know how dirty it is, but it's wet. So the display is fine. I'm not even seeing any condensation in the display. If your connectors are plugged in right, you'd probably be fine because they're pretty tight, so you shouldn't have any problems with getting. The only one that would be any problem would be the one on the motor connector. Now the step through the controller might be a problem. If you're splashing a lot of water, you're going to get that controller wet because there's holes in the bottom where the controller is. And although there's one on this one, it's way up in the air. It'd have to be pretty darn deep water is splashed to do anything. down into 5th. Now, when you get home, you have two options. You can wipe your bike off while it's still wet, or you can just let it sit in the garage and dry out. You end up with water spots, but probably going to end up with water spots either way. And this is where it comes to advantage using that pledge, because it's Caranuba wax. The water beads up on it pretty good. So the only thing I've seen on the trail was the lawnmower, and he went through here yesterday. That's why the trail is so dirty. A lot of sticks and branches and stuff. So you guys are going to end up seeing about 3 miles of, about 4 miles almost of riding in the rain. Yeah, once you get out here, get wet, it really doesn't bother you much. I'm starting to feel that the grease on my chain, or the oil on my chain, is gone. None of them hold up in rain. Believe me, I've done enough wet weather riding to know there's no lubricant that's going to hold up if you're out in the rain for a while. If you're going to commute in all weather, my suggestion is not to wear sunglasses, but wear clear safety glasses. I would always wear something. A bug in the eye is no fun, so. But even in the wintertime, a car going by, throwing up rocks, you want something protecting your eyes. Somebody just sent me a text message. Yeah, we're about 2 miles from the house right now. And it's raining its butt off. This is the kind of weather I wouldn't suggest you start your ride in. But back to 6, going about 13 miles an hour. Going 13 miles an hour when you're in PAS 2, the motor's only drawing about 1 amp. And that's the least amount it's going to show you. And that's because the combination of the computer and the controller is going to use power as long as it's on. It's about 1,600 miles. Got about 400 miles on the tire. I'm really pleased with how they're wearing. With the wider handlebars, they do act more normal, and it's probably the best upgrade I made was wider handlebars. It made the biggest difference. Carpal tunnel isn't as bad. more control. You should see the way people are looking at me. When you're wet like this and it's cold out, you draw more, using more energy. Wow. Wind's coming out of an unusual direction today. Something smells good. Gonna have subs tonight. Karen's gonna have a pizza sub. She made sure I knew that before I left for right. Maybe she thought I was contemplating going and getting some Burger King or something. It's definitely too soggy out here to be doing anything like that. Sometimes I'll go to the store on my bike. If I only need a couple of things. My panniers that came with the biker have never even been on the bike because I don't really like them. I think they're kind of goofy looking. They're not efficient. They should have came with some kind of wire expander in them so that they stayed square. Low bridge. You gotta watch those trees, and when it's raining out, they're about a foot or two lower than they normally are. Get whacked right in the face. No fishing. People out fishing. Usually this time of the day, there's a lot of people out fishing. Gotta love it. Oh, that's annoying. When the brakes are wet, you do not have enough stopping power to just use one of them. Woohoo! Wind blowing, knocking that rain off those trees. You guys are wondering what I'm wearing. I have nylon jogging pants on and a cotton shirt with a Columbia rain jacket, which they say is waterproof, but since the zipper doesn't have a cover, my chest is wet from the rain going through the zipper. So not completely waterproof. When I was in the military, I had a Gore-Tex jacket, and you guys are gonna say, well, that was the bomb. Well, same problem. Zipper sometime would leak. That had a cover on it, but if it rained hard enough, you got wet still. And it's Gore-Tex, is my experience, when it gets dirty, it loses its repellency. So I'm not even sure the military is still using Gore-Tex jackets, and that's one of, when we first got them, we did a review. They asked us to write a review for the Defense Procurement Agency, and my review was like, once it got dirty, you might as well have been wearing a cotton shirt because the water went right through that Gore-Tex. And an infantryman, when you're out in the field, you're always dirty. I think people are slowing down to look at me. Ooh, this is gonna be nasty. Cross over this drainage. Get on the high side of it. It is really raining. Battery consumption with the light on is a note to anybody. There's definitely a difference. I've done about 8 miles a day, and normally I'd still be at 52, 51 volts, but I keep on seeing it pop off the full mark. Another note is, if you want to cover up your charge plug, and the only way you're going to get it to do it normally is because the battery doesn't exactly line up with the hole, is to cut the nipple maybe a 1/4 inch off the end of your rubber plug, and it'll stay in the hole that way. Sometimes you can get them to stay in, but most of the time they just fall out. So I'm at home. You guys have a great day. Please subscribe.